Hey, my name is Armand with Coaching Startup, and today I'll be going over our CSA Rapid Blueprint. I can confidently say that our free stuff is better than a lot of paid stuff out there. I think this is like 30 something pages, but we've broken it up into 6 phases you can see on the left here. More of the mindset, how to build an offer, inbound and outbound, sales, troubleshooting, then ultimately scaling. All right. It's a stormy day in Miami, so you might hear some thunder, but it's the perfect time to dive in. Create assets for you guys. So phase one is more about the mindset. It's a shift. I understand you're already a business owner, so you understand the expectations of running a business, but it's a slight frame shift to be a coaching business owner. So if you have a team of 10 people or less, what exactly do you think is the impact you're having? Alan says this to our students all the time. And it's because even within your business, like let's say you run a car detailing business, right? You can't be the one taking the calls, doing the ads, going out and washing the cars, doing the accounting. I mean, you need to build a team, a strong team that you can trust and that's reliable and consistent. And here's the same. So right here, it's becoming a coach is a journey. It's a singular vision, but you need your team to go along with that singular vision. And just like John Maxwell said, one is too small a number to achieve greatness. I mean, if you want to play the solopreneur game, you can, but I think it's like less than 0.01% actually make those millions as a solopreneur. You need help, right? And then ultimately on top of this, unveiling a higher purpose. So this isn't so much about just profitability, but you're actually helping a lot of people out, whether this is 9-to-5ers, start their dream business, or struggling business owners who actually need your help to better themselves and better their business, whether this is helping them with sales, their marketing, their ads, their website, what copy they use, their positioning, their pricing, contract, service agreement. There's so much. There's unlimited things for you to do for them, right? I think about this like, this is the alternative to franchising and licensing, which is such a headache with such lower profit margins. And then reflecting, right? Why did your business succeed and how are you able to help people out? What are the sacrifices you made? What are the hardships that you had to go through, right? So it's doing pre-mortem analysis, right? So what actually helped your business succeed? And phase two is the pillars of $1 million offer. So I'd like to start with, we only help create high ticket coaching programs because low prices attract clients who aren't committed to their goals, right? They'll waste their time and energy because not only are they not emotionally invested, but they're not financially invested. They're not invested at all, right? That's why courses, the success rate is so low. So got to determine your niche and target audience. I mean, you should know exactly what market you're in, what industry you're in, and what audience and clients you serve. So typically, if you are, let's say you own a roofing company, you're looking for people exactly that was in your situation when you were just starting, right? And this could be, maybe a couple years ago or when you were just starting out, or people who are just in that 9-to-5 position who have always thought about starting a roofing company but just need your help to get started. So get into the heads of the demographic, right? Consider like, where do they shop? Where do they get their groceries? What do they like? What TV shows do they watch? Like, truly understanding everything about your client will help you be able to reach out to them and be able to help them out even more. And then what's the value is solidifying that value so you can offer a complete coaching package, like truly help them out, right? We don't work with gurus or people who aren't making over 10K a month because they don't even know what they're doing yet. So show case studies, show success stories, show how you've actually done the doing yourself, and how you're able to help them do the doing as well. And then when it comes time to craft that irresistible offer, start by creating a longer message and then shorten it, and then lengthen it, and then shorten it. So you're able to get a better overview of what you do. And the offer is like, hey, for example, for the roofing company, we'll help you build, get to 5K a month with roofing in the next 120 days with our Roofing Brothers strategy or something like that. And ultimately to have a pitch, right? To have a promise, to have a strategy, to have a guarantee. So typically guarantees come in the form of, and if you don't get to that number, we'll work with you one-on-one until you do, or we'll just give you your money back. So it's risk-free. And you got to package it in the right way. To have a world-class system, to sell high ticket, you need to have a world-class system to make everything buttery smooth. All right. So our coaching startup offer, it's a no-brainer offer, is we legally vow to add 20,000 new monthly revenue to our coaching business, to your coaching business in 180 days, with our profusely apologetic and legally binding guarantee. So if you don't add 20K in new MRR, we'll refund all your money, and wire transfer you 5,000. And give you $5,800 worth of coaching over 6 months for free to say sorry. It's a no-brainer. So use this template to build your offer. So we, XYZ, right, what you help do, in this amount of time with our this system, method, or program. And if you don't get that outcome, we'll refund your money or work with you until you do, or XYZ. So literally, what is your offer? I like referring a lot of students to $100 million offers. I think it's a necessary read. It's basically industry standard by now. But a lot of people get it confused. They think it's all about, oh, let me just charge a high ticket. But that's not his thesis. His thesis is that, okay, we're able to offer so much to a client that there's no way that they wouldn't pay us high ticket prices. So you got to be able to communicate the main benefits and features of your program. Right, so I put here, is this the website template, your ad templates, short form and long form content, contracts, checklists, SOPs, just put your business in a box and be able to offer it to them. And when building a coaching program, I want you to just focus on one offer. I know here I put here there's a downsell, upsell. Focus on one thing, right? Give them a course, then give them one-on-one. Start with one-on-one, then go to group, then ultimately platform. But the group model is what makes it so profitable, right? There's no overhead. You're just bringing in more clients, right? And not doing anything different. I mean, they're able to reach out to you one-on-one and you need to help them out. But it's just adding them to the group call and answering all questions within that call. So it's, you're not working any long hours on this. You're just adding people within your group, whether this is to your Zoom, Slack community, and being able to educate and help them out. Ultimately, when determining the topics for what you actually want to lecture, what you actually want to teach, I'd recommend writing out every single pain point, every single thing you needed to do to get started, the trouble of doing this, doing that, doing X, Y, Z. And then on the other side of it, right, the solution to that. And each one of those solutions will be a lesson in your program, all right? So, for example, I said here for fitness coaching, we don't help fitness coaches, we only help business coaches. But for example, helping them with ab targeting exercises, mindset, nutrition. Do they need to do this twist? If they're this height, if they're this weight, right? Make sure that yes, you have a formula for success, but understand that it's not always one size fits all. Everyone's in a different situation. It's like the bell curve. You want that major 60% to be your client avatar, the main client you want to help succeed, but you need to also be able to help the extra 20% on this end and the extra 20% on this end. So it's people just starting out with no clue where to get started, and people who are overqualified to work with you, and how you're able to still help them out. All right, so that's phase 2, building an offer. If you do have any questions about building an offer, feel free to email me, coacharmandwing@gmail.com. I'll take a look at it for free. Let's chat. So phase 3 is all about inbound and outbound mastery. Inbound is all about leveraging Instagram for people to come to you. So that's going live, running ads. We'll go over a little bit more about ads in a bit. Stories, highlights, creating a content calendar to position yourself as an expert, right? So they know that you're legit. And having content calendar consistency. Make sure to be consistent in posting, because Instagram will reward you for that. And make sure to have 3 powerful pinned posts, right? One of them being like a founder story about yourself. This could be like a rags to riches, or how you were struggling in this situation, but then ultimately became a successful business owner by doing this, this, and this. Second, here's how, being like an introductory about, like a quick summary about how you got to success and some actions they could take. And then a problem solution is direct. So like, if you've been struggling with doing this, here's what I found, right? Or we have some hooks for you. Like, if you have this problem, watch this. 5 ways you could avoid this, this, and this. This would be super important. So here are the content creation tools that we recommend our students use and that we actually use ourselves. So you can go over this yourself. It's Canva, Adobe, Captions is a banger. Just being able to do things where maybe 20 years ago it would take a whole team to do, but now it's just an app, right? Just pay $10 a month and you get it figured it out. So Instagram ads is so important because yes, we can do this the organic way. If you want to cut that 3-year period down to a 3-month, run some ads. So story boosting and reels boosting. So I actually have a friend within the industry. They actually help people run Facebook ads and Google ads. But the thing is that he let me know that these Facebook ads, these guys like offering these ad packages, these agencies have just overcomplicated it so much so that people pay them to run them ads for them. And more like, especially in 2023, everyone's getting so smart. Like AI is getting so smart, Meta is getting so smart that if you just boost to a super general wide audience, wide age, they'll target exactly who's looking for your stuff. So it's all about the creative. So here we have some examples for a story. Post a picture of yourself with a text. It's like you on your phone or something, or you within your, like if you're roofing, like you're on a roof. It says, if you're blah blah and you want to begin roofing, I'm teaching 5 people this month how to get started. DM me the word roof, and you'll get a lot of people that will DM you roof, and you can just have a convo with them, spark that convo. I think we have a script below, but spark that convo and get them to hop on a call, and on that call, sell them on your program. For your reels, we found the best way, the most ideal way to actually grow your audience, plus people reach out to them to join your program, is reels boosting. So call out the audience, introduce the pain point, ask for a follow, right? To learn about the system, program, method, and then explain them a little bit about your system, some people you've helped out, and then tell them to follow you again. Make sure you do that, follow me twice. So it'll look like, for us, it's easy. We've ran ads, filmed a lot of ads. So it kind of looks like this. It's like, hey, if you're a business owner and you've thought about starting a coaching program, call on the audience, introduce the pain point, and you're dealing with, you don't know where to get started, you don't know how to run ads, you don't know how to position yourself, you don't know how to build an offer, just any pain point. Follow me, right? That's the follow part. Follow me to learn how the CSA system can help you do X, Y, Z and achieve these goals. We've already helped people like Tom, Dash, this guy, like these testimonials. And then if you want the same success, again, follow us. So then they follow you. And once they follow you, you know that these people following are either organic because they looked at your content or are from your ads. So you reach out to them. Hey, right? Thanks for the follow. Do you need this extra resource? Do you want this resource? Like keep on educating them within that chat and ultimately be like, hey, book this call. So you can sell them on your service. And on your bio, I'd recommend creating a VSL funnel. So this is, you can check out ours, but this is having a short video on top explaining what you do. Your offer is the title. Some testimonials, right? Proof that you're the expert and kind of what they get if they work with you. And then just everywhere, the CTA to book a call. And right here, there's a funnel guide. You guys can pause this video, copy this, watch it. And these are the essential elements. You want to think about it as a funnel, like top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom. But it's typically in that pyramid, but we always put the bottom of the funnel stuff, those call to action to book a call, everywhere on the page. Because people scroll up and down. Outbound is all about doing, outbound is cold, right? So this is without doing paid ads. And this is particularly doing, going on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, even Instagram, going to your niche, right? If you're let's say you're a car detailing business owner and you're a car detailing business coach, and that's Alan, and he actually goes to these groups on Facebook or these accounts that are these auto accounts with these like ASMR washing guys, and sees who they follow, and he follows them, or see the most recent post, the likes, and reaches out to them, right? They've spent the money and time finding these leads, and all you have to do is reach out to them and chat and maybe have them follow and ultimately get them on the call. I hope, we're at the end of phase 3. We've made some breakthroughs already. And social media setup, we just had some guidelines about what usernames to use, profile pictures, your links, some examples, and ultimately you need to build SOPs, right? So if you have appointment setters, closers, appointment setters are the people who I wouldn't recommend ever doing outbound, but maybe when you're starting, you should do outbound yourself. But you can hire a commission-only setter that's doing those messages. And once you actually book that call, then you pay them. So having SOPs for appointment setters is so crucial. Like, what do I do when I clock in? What do I do when I clock off? Right? What happens when there's no more people to message, when I've reached my message limit? So having them be able to understand what they can do. And I use the McDonald's example. Like, you're a McDonald's worker, you don't even have to think. You just go in, and there's SOP on how to make a McChicken, what to do when you clock in, when to clock out, how to use the ice cream machine. It's never working. Or just the SOP just lets them know exactly what is expected and includes KPIs to get started. I need some water. Okay. And then ultimately, it's hire, onboarding, and training appointment setters, finding VAs through Facebook groups, or going on onlinejobs.ph. Help you find great appointment setters at a super low rate. So on Facebook groups, it's typically finding people who will work on commission only. And on onlinejobs.ph is typically paying someone $3 to $5 an hour to be able to set for you. Make sure they have good English skills. All right. So some application questions are like, hey, are you looking to work full-time, part-time? What have you done in the past, right? What are your skills? What do you know how to do? And then ultimately getting them to send you a Loom video of them just talking, so you can get a better understanding of their English level. So here we have an appointment setting guide. Typically, it's high interest leads, 20%, moderate, 60-20. You want to be able to segment them out so you understand exactly what messaging and positioning you should capture. And within doing the outbound, when creating a script, you want to first secure that DM access. So it's like, hey, this caught my attention. Oh, hey, this reel is awesome, right? And then structuring the conversation of being like, hey, where are you at right now? Where do you want to be? What pain are you dealing with? And then bridging that gap for them. Like, here's this free asset, like kind of like this video. Oh, here's this that explains this. Here's this contract that helps you out. And once you send that for free, then you're like, hey, I can help you out with so much more. You saw some of my free stuff. Let me show you what I can offer you if you pay me. All right? And then discovering that gap, like I said, requesting permission to offer insights, educating them, right? Sharing your insights, and then proposing that consultation call. Right? Being like, hey, would you be available on this date and this time for us to chat? All right? And we found that actually booking people in instead of sending a Calendly link directly is so much more efficient and effective. All right? So here's an example of a daily workflow you can use for your VAs. It's like and comment, posting reels, posting shorts, sending assets on Facebook. So you're just automating this, right? You're not in the trenches. You're not working in the business. You're working on the business. If that makes sense. So phase 4 is all about sales. We didn't give you our exact sales script. Wouldn't be fair to people who actually pay for our program, but walking through this is, part 1, you want to introduce yourself. When you're in that sales call, when you already booked the call, you're on the Zoom, introduce yourself. I always ask, like, dude, where are you at, man? Like, how's the weather? And you want to set the agenda, understand why they actually booked that call with you, understand their business, what they're doing, how they're doing, where they're at in the stage of, are they at 0? Are they at 1 million? Where are they at? And examining their pain, like, why did they book that call? Like, what are they actually dealing with, right? What feels like roadblocks to them, but are just speed bumps to you? What's the vision, right? The vision so much as, not necessarily financially, but like, hey, why do you want to make money with this business? Like, is it because you failed in the past? Is it because you've always wanted to be a business owner? Do you want time freedom? Do you want location freedom? There's always an ulterior motive. It's like money's always on the front of people's mind, but it's so important to understand what's on the back of their mind, right? Ultimately, what they want that money to use, to do. So once you understand that, you could bridge that gap for them and be like, yo, I am that bridge. I can help you get there by doing this, this, and this, and this. So that's where you state your offer and ultimately close and handle objections. It ends at part 10, but I want you to know that objections will be most of the call. So it's a lot of like, oh, I don't have money to get started. I need to ask my wife. I need to ask my husband. I need to think about this. I need to, I'm not sure. There's just a lot of excuses, right? It tends to be a lot of procrastination. So there you can handle it in so many ways. I mean, you can book a follow-up call. You can offer split pay. You can remind them, hey, I just talked to you for like 45 minutes about your pain. I think we both need to do this. No, you need to do this. There's a lot of strategies that we cover within our program, so people will be able to close those calls because it's so valuable that someone actually spent time with you, right? That's something that's so difficult to buy, people's time and people's attention. So once you have the attention, you need to know what to say, not in like the high pressure tactic like Wolf of Wall Street way, but genuinely understanding where they're at and how you can help them out. And then it's usually about the price objections, but we teach you how to deal with that because we are in the high ticket business. So phase 5 is all about troubleshooting. You might have already heard this analogy, but I always say it is in the hospital, especially when I was working as a neuroscientist, it was a lot of post-mortem analysis, like in the lab, figuring out what happened, like not only in the operations, but like biologically. What did they do right? What did they do wrong? And what could be optimized? And in business, we don't want to do that after the business is dead, right? We want to do it while the business is still alive and diagnose where are the strengths and where are the weaknesses so we could just target the weaknesses. So phase 5 is all about troubleshooting, right? Dividing the business up so that you're able to diagnose your business. So is it the cold? Is it the warm? Is it the organic? Is it the paid? Is it the lead stage? The video stage? Is it your funnels, your positioning, your assets, your reels, right? Is it your meetings? How you close, how you follow up, how the workflows to reminding them, right? We've seen this hundreds of times. So, with our eye, we're able to just go through these fast and help you optimize. I mean, this 180-day window that we want to work with you is not for us just to chit chat on Zoom, like not just for us to have fun and like network or whatever that means. It's mostly it takes 180 days to properly build and launch and then optimize every system. So when we let you go, I mean, of course you still have access to us through our group, but when we let you go on your own, you're confident and you have a machine that is making you 20K a month. Like, that's why we're able to have such a crazy offer. Like, not only do we give your investment back, but we also give you $5,000. No one's doing this. So it's all about taking one variable at a time. Because if you change 2 variables, you don't know actually which one was the one that needed help. So one variable at a time, changing this, see how it works. This, see how it works. I mean, you can go the value of like, okay, you can always test and objectives and numbers are so important, but we've seen it so much that it's like the thing that Henry Ford said, it was like, hey, if you ask the market what they want, they're just gonna ask for faster horses, right? They won't ask for a car. And for us, it's okay, like we see your funnel, okay, we know what the problem is, like let's not waste 2 weeks on testing. Like just change this, I promise you this will work. So, your messaging, your niche, your email structure, your channels, there's so much that can be troubleshooted. And ultimately scaling. We don't advise for you to scale before 6 months because you don't even have an MVP yet. You haven't even helped anyone out. So scaling is ultimately productizing your business so you have a client success guy, you have a closer, you have appointments there. So you are now just managing everything, right? Even the education part. And of course, you can be as involved in the business as you want or not involved in the business as you want. A lot of coaches, it depends on the coach. So scaling aggressively is not only being able to have sales directors, sales managers, or like fire yourself and hire others, but it's about doing different things, right? I use the analogy always of like a sequoia tree when it's just a little plant getting out of its sprout, like getting out of its bean or sprout, I don't know how they grow them. You're taking care of it very differently than when it's like hundreds of feet. And it's the same here. So when you're at that stage, IG shoutouts are expensive, but they work. Like going to Wealth, and being like, hey, make this post for me for like a couple $1,000. Or email marketing, right? Starting paying an agency to help you with warm and cold, and they're the experts on that. Right? Not only the experts on pressing the button, but doing the copy. And then ultimately starting webinars. Right? Running ads on webinars can be so effective. I mean, you have like 200 people on a call, 10 people will sign up. And 10 people signing up to what? 12K program or something, for example. It's like what, 120K in one webinar? So you could technically spend 120K running ads and then still be profitable, all right? So ultimately, we have this course and community method. Like I said previously, there are so many courses out there that aren't really helping people out. The client success rate is so low because there's no one actually mentoring them throughout the entire process and helping them through those speed bumps that feel like roadblocks to them, so people just give up. So our course community method is buy those paid courses that come with the community and infiltrate that community. Be like, well, I actually do this myself, and I can coach you on this. And they've already spent so much money accessing like that audience, and they're so qualified because they paid for the course. It's probably gonna pay for your coaching program. So that's phase 1 of phase 6. I hope this has been, you've gotten a lot of epiphanies and we're able to figure out a lot. One ask is to follow us on Instagram. It's just at Coaching Startup. If you have any questions, message us there. If you want to book a call, message us there. And yeah, see you in the next video.